So, in the most recent Splatoon 3 patch, Glooga has been gifted a buff since version 5.2.0 of Splatoon 2, which released all the way back in April of 2020. So it's definitely been a while. And this is also Glooga's first non-ink consumption related buff since almost version 3.0 of Splatoon 2, which launched back in April 2018. So to say it's been a while for Glooga players since we received a buff is an understatement. It has been a very, very long time coming. It's been about 2 to 3 weeks since the buff first released from the midseason patch, and I know that the comment consensus at the time overall was that the buff really didn't mean much, but as someone that has played Glooga in competitive since a few months after its release in Splatoon 2 and all the way to Splatoon 3, this buff in particular really made me happy, and I have a lot that I want to say on it. In Splatoon 2 in particular, Glooga really struggled with its damage consistency at its max range. Since playing your max range to keep people out safely often meant that you were getting like 4 to 5 shot kills, which really wasn't good in a world where armor was one of the most common specials in the game, and having a good kill time to quickly finish fights was a super important trait and crucial to being impactful in the meta. Glooga really needed to have precise spacing to compensate and to take care in how it approached fights, and use dodge rolls to cut in and out of them, because you really had to stay in the range you had a reliable 2-shot and could actually finish fights quickly. Otherwise, it meant people could easily just disengage you at max range because you never threatened to actually kill anything. All 3 of Glooga's kits in Splatoon 2 helped to make this issue a little less severe. Vanilla Glooga, for instance, had Inkmine Inkjet, which gave you reliable long-range chip damage, and ways to have people consistently be chipped so that playing max range didn't make your kill times consistent. Glooga Deco, on the other hand, had Wall plus Baller, so that even if you played max range, it could secure the kills thanks to your severe damage fall off. You had Wall plus Baller to take the damage for you and to give yourself a way out, so you could reposition and find the kill another way. And finally, Kenzo Glooga had Fizzy for, again, consistent long-range chip damage and long-range pressure, plus you had armor so you could actually stall out fights, which meant that you could again find a safe way to reposition and get the kill anyway. But now, with the buff to its max damage fall off, Glooga can actually kill you at a reliable 2 to 3 shots at its max range, which is so huge compared to the 4 to 5 shot it used to have, which means that Glooga can actually fully play its range without restraint or worry that it might not be able to find kills. Rolling backwards is a much better option since you can again space people out more reliably and still apply a lot of pressure and use your max range to your advantage. Even standing fire, which while still not being amazing on Glooga and not seeing much use, is much better now since the damage fall off is again much less severe, meaning you can actually use its max range to clean up kills if you've hit someone once in turret stance. This is by far the best that Glooga has felt in the entire series to me, and this is an amazing change and it makes the weapon feel so much more whole now. With this change, I feel like I can confidently say that Glooga is in a really good spot weapon-wise, and while it may not be a weapon you can't slot in any comp, that's more than fine. I think that Glooga is worth building around thanks to its long dodge rolls, good consistent damage with turret mode, and having a really good self-sufficient stall kit in Wall Booyah that really helps with fights. While it still struggles to paint and can easily get outpainted by a lot of weapons, it's a fair weakness for a weapon to have, and again, if you build a comp around it to help it have a little more paint to work with, I think it can work amazingly well. This buff, while amazing, might not seem too relevant right now, but I think it'll be extremely relevant in the upcoming season. The seasons have been adding new weapons to existing classes. First we got a new Shooter, Roller, and Charger in Chill Season 2022, and then in Sizzle 2023 we got a new Brush and Blaster. Then, most recently, in Drizzle Season 2023, we got a new Splatling and a new Slosher. If the trend of each weapon class getting a new addition continues, then the pattern would suggest next that we get a new Dually and a new Brella. Undercover still doesn't have an ult kit, and V-Dually and Glooga are in the same boat. Plus, Glooga just received the buff in the most recent mid-season patch. All this is to say, I think that Glooga Deco is coming a lot sooner than we might think, and this buff will end up mattering a lot when Glooga has a new kit to work with, especially if that new kit gives Glooga chip damage through its sub and its special. I think Glooga Deco has potential to be something really, really special, and I'm excited to see what it could potentially be. Whenever Glooga Deco comes out, I'll definitely be giving my thoughts on it as soon as I can, and giving my thoughts about its kit, and eventually how to use it. The Glooga guide will happen after I've had some time to sit on Deco once it's eventually released, so that both can be in one video together. Regardless though, I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like what you saw, consider subbing, ringing the bell, and commenting. Have a good one, and thank you all so much for the support. Bye bye.